What's going on, everybody? It's Black Couch Booking here with another video. A video that I really don't want to make. You guys know I like Indy Hartwell. You guys know I like women's wrestling. But I had to make this video because I was disappointed in what went down at, NXT Spring Breaking, or is that what it's called? Spring Breaking? Spring Breakers? That's a movie, right? Anyway, whatever. So, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for, checking out my channel and things of that nature. But let's get right into it. I don't want to waste your time. We all have things to do. So, Indy Hartwell, when she became the women's champion for NXT, I was so ecstatic because literally the day before I made a video saying that she's being wasted. She's not given the opportunity. Why wasn't she given the call up to join Damage Control, etc., etc., etc. However, I'm objective on this channel. Indy Hartwell is missing a couple of things. Last night, she gets a pass because she wasn't 100%. Either way, I don't know if the match would have been that much better. But she gets a pass for last night because she wasn't 100%, and I'm leaving that at that. When you have a multi-person match and someone is hurt in the match, one person, the other two have to carry the match. This has been expressed many times, and this has happened. This is why multi-person matches usually work out. Sometimes they're booked beforehand. Sometimes the injury happens during the match. And sometimes, people don't know. So, when things like this happen, the other two are supposed to carry the match. Roxanne and Tiffany, I like them both. I like Tiffany a lot more. I think Tiffany should be the next champion. And I was saying Roxanne should be called up to Raw, but I take that back. All three need to stay at NXT for a little bit longer and develop. And they are the three stars who are set to carry the division, along with the likes of Cora Jade, Gigi, JC Jane. Nikita Lyons is going to come up one day. Lash Legends is going to make her mark one day, etc., etc. But the issue I have is that Roxanne and Tiffany did not carry the match. You see that Indy Hartwell is hurt. Let her get a couple of spots off, make it look convincing. Obviously, she can't run and jump that well because her leg is the leg that is injured. But it's like Roxanne and Tiffany had no chemistry in the ring. I was watching. This happens with a lot of women that aren't top tier. When they're doing the chops and they're doing the strikes, it looks horrible. But last night, it was blatantly bad. Someone corrected me and told me that, Tiffany's not that good in the ring. You must have just seen highlights. And yes, I like her look, I like her gimmick, but she's not that great in the ring. She said herself she needs to stay at NXT longer to develop her selling and things like that, which I'm happy she's self-aware. Self-awareness is a beautiful thing. But Roxanne isn't that much better. It's all smoke and mirrors, bro. I thought Roxanne Perez, the way that they pushed her to win that title, or what gave her the title after Mandy Rose left, that she was like legit. Now that I'm looking, you could have gave that belt to Zoe Stark. You could have gave that belt to a couple of other people who are better suited. Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton pretty much messed up the match because Indy Hartwell couldn't do anything. It wasn't her fault. After I just gave NXT so much praise, here's another issue I have. So, y'all see that this happened. Why wasn't this match a fatal 4-way? Why wasn't Cora Jade just in the match? She's the one that came out first to, start something with Indy Hartwell, but we ended up getting a triple threat with Roxanne and Tiffany. It should have been a fatal 4-way. Could have made a little bit more sense. Could have been more chemistry. Could have been more things that could have been done during the match. I'm an advocate for women's wrestling. I like women's wrestling a lot because I know what it used to be. Not because I'm some sick pervert like some of y'all that just stand women because they got a fat butt. I like what they're doing. Is there a problem with the storylines? Yes. Are they booked terrible now? Yes, absolutely. But they still have some women's characters are better than the men's generic characters, Madcap Moss. They have something, but now we're starting to drop the ball. This should have been a fatal 4-way with Cora Jade. It's so much things you could have done. I understand why they didn't do that because they just had a multi-person ladder match. That's probably the reason why. But sometimes you just got to pull the trigger. I would rather see more stars on TV and on the match than to not see them. I'm disappointed. Now I'm unsure if Indy Hartwell deserves to be champion for a long time. Yes, I know, one leg, blah, blah, blah. However, even if she was good, I don't think the match would have been that better. They need to be at the Performance Center more. What is missing is the emotion in the ring. As much as I can't stand Roman Reigns right now, he knows he doesn't have a lot of moves. He makes up for it by how he sells, the emotion on his face, the antics. It's not the same as everyone else. You gotta have everything. You can't just know how to do a 450 splash or a sunset flip. You gotta know how to like get the crowd into it. You gotta bring the best out of your opponent, and they weren't bringing the best out of each other. Look at the Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller. I like that. That was pretty good to me. That wasn't better than Melo versus Braun Breaker. No, of course not. But it was good for a championship match on NXT. You expect NXT to be 3.5 star matches nowadays. Back in the day, there was more of a standard with the Johnny Garganos, Aleister Blacks, Andrades, Adam Coles, etc., etc. It was different. Shinsuke Nakamura back then. Now we expect a little bit different because the caliber isn't as great. They are home growing these stars now. They're not picking them from other promotions as much. They're getting them off the street, if you will. So I think they need to go back to the drawing board. I think if Indy is hurt and can't continue, she needs to drop the belt and she could come back and win it again, which will give her more prestige. I think they should take a chance on somebody who we're not thinking about. Either give it to Zoe Stark or take a chance on somebody, because now it's at the point where I would rather the belt be popular than, you know what I'm saying, just trying to develop somebody through it. Give it to Nikita Lyons or somebody at this point, because that caliber match, I don't think you get worse than what I saw. It wasn't that bad, bro. It was bad, bro. Them strikes was botches, misdirection. You can tell. Like, that was one of the matches where I wouldn't have minded if somebody called out the spot. Tiffany said, just slam me. I wouldn't mind if I saw a whole bunch of that, because that's better than what was going on. And I like all three of these women. Roxanne, she's not ready to get called up. I thought she was, but no. She's going to get lost in the shuffle. Let me know what you guys think, though. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the support. And I'm willing to hear your opinions. If I'm wrong, if Indy Hartwell isn't really hurt, let me know. I think she's hurt. I've seen things. People could be lying to me. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I'm out.